Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda. I'm Nick Park and I'm recording this message today in the grounds of the European Theological Seminary. It's a Bible school, a flagship Bible school for the denomination that the Solid Rock Church belongs to, the Church of God. It's set here in the beautiful Black Forest of Germany. And here, for generations now, young people have come and been trained. I think it's coming up now on 75 years that young people from all across Europe have been coming here to be trained, including some who are in leadership in the Church of God in Ireland and some who are in leadership in Solid Rock, Drogheda. You know, investing into the next generation is so key to who we are as the people of God. We've got to build for a future generation. There's a passage in the Bible about King Hezekiah when he thought that he was going to die, and he turned his face to the wall and he cried, and God showed him mercy, and God allowed him to live longer. God added another 15 years to his life. And then the rulers of Babylon heard about what had happened, about this great healing, and sent some messengers, emissaries, to congratulate him. And he took them on a guided tour of Jerusalem, and he showed them all the wealth and the palace treasury and everything else. And after they had gone, Isaiah came to him and said, "What have you done? Who are these people?" And he said, "Well, they were from Babylon. You know, they were my friends. They came here to congratulate me on getting healed." And Isaiah said, "You have done a foolish thing." He said, "Because these people have seen your wealth, they've seen what you've got, and they're going to come back again." He said, "And they will come back, and judgment will come upon you." And he said, your children will suffer, they'll be killed. He said, the place will be captured, the Israelites will be enslaved. It's going to be an absolute disaster, but it won't happen in your lifetime. Do you know what Hezekiah said? He said, "This is a good message." Can you believe that? This is a good message because it won't happen in my lifetime. As Christians, we cannot afford to ever live with that kind of attitude. We can't afford to live with the fact that we're comfortable in our generation and how we're doing things is what matters. We need to be prepared to sacrifice. We need to be prepared to endure hardship, discomfort, for things to be done differently from the way that we find them comfortable to be done in order to reach and bless and raise up fresh generations of believers. You see, God's plan is for each generation of Christians to go further than the generation that went before. There's a saying that I've often heard people say, that you can't lead people further than where you've gone yourself. That isn't actually true. You can. You know, if that was the case, we would just have an ever diminishing church every generation. But my Bible says, of the increase of his government, there shall be no end. I'm expecting the next generation of leaders to go much further in God than my generation. I'm expecting future pastors of this church to do far more than I could ever do as pastor of this church. And if Jesus tarries before he returns, I'm praying that we will see each generation going above and beyond what the previous generation did. Don't be like King Hezekiah. Don't be saying, as long as my generation is okay, it's grand. But be seeking the future. Be seeking for the next generation. How can we bless them? How can we encourage them? How can we release them? This college behind me is a part of that. This seminary is part of training and releasing the next generation. But that's something that needs to be on all of our hearts as Christians. May God help us to ponder this and to find ways that we can indeed bless and release the next generation. God bless you in Jesus' name. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock, Drogheda.